with everything that's been happening, I decided that I need to make a change. So here's part of the first changes that I'm going to do. I'm going to be working in this is the living room. I got the popcorn ceiling that's going to come out, and that's everywhere in this forsaken house. Don't know what I'm going to do with this beam yet. It is a load bearing wall. So I think I have to leave the beam in there. I'm just not sure if I want to drywall down it and cover it up or leave it. We'll just have to see how the rest of the house looks to see if it actually goes with it. Now, one of the big things I'm going to do is I live on a split level, so that's my front door. And I come up these stairs, and it has the same kind of wood, spindles, and railing as that beam. What I want to do is I actually want to take out this railing completely and build a half wall all the way up to that corner. Then I'll take out this railing, because as you can see, it's probably about, foot and a half there, and there's just coats tossed over and nothing there. You can see kind of down here kind of the same problem, as I just have things just tossed in a certain area because there's really no organization in this house. I can't really put a shelf there, because if I put a shelf there, you would hit it as you came up the stairs with any kind of big furniture. Same thing on this side. Got my Girl Scout cookies and my road salt and ice scraper just sitting there again in the corner. So we take out this rail, we put a half wall in right here. I have a special feature that I'll put in that half wall that you're going to have to wait and see. On this half wall, what I'm thinking about doing is building cubicles that come flush with this wall and then down the stairs. So that's what I'm going to be working on this video. I'm not going to say it's today, because that's going to take a lot longer for me to do by myself in one day. One, lumber prices are ridiculous. Two, I'm doing it by myself on my off hours. So we're going to get to it. It's hot and humid out there bringing these 2x4s in. Okay, so I bought two 10-foot 2x4s and six the studs, the 92 and 5/8 or whatever. Those are going to get cut in half. They're probably more than enough. And maybe at the price of lumber, maybe I should have bought just the two, laid it out, and then figured out what I needed. So I did look in my area codes, and I could not find the standard height for a pony wall, a dwarf wall, half wall, whatever you want to call it. I did find a national standard that says 42. Well, it said between 36 and 42, and that was really depending on what it was going to be up against. If there was going to be a couch, and your couch is higher than 36 inches, you might want to go with the 42. I'm just going to go with the 42 because I think it's going to look better, especially with the accent that I'm going to be putting on it. The previous railing was 37 and a quarter, so I think going up to that 42, it's going to look all right. Now what I want to do is on this wall right here, I actually want to secure it to the original stud. So I'm going to cut the drywall out, and I'm only going to cut out what I need, and I'll cut out the corner trim, the corner bracing, the metal piece that's in there. If it's metal, they may have used the paper one. And I'm sorry, I'm drenching wet, sweating. Whew. I like to use these things right here. I don't know what they call them. They're not a sawzall. They're not a reciprocating saw. But they make cutting these nice and beautiful. I'll probably switch it out for the half moon one instead of this one. We'll see how it goes. I'll also be using my level for a straight edge. I'm going to put it on the edge of the drywall that's on the landing, because since I'm seeking that stud into the wall, I want to make sure that I have enough room for my drywall to slide in there as well and give me a little bit stronger of a drywall joint, because I'll be screwing at a really bad angle if I've already got half of it, half an inch, buried behind the other drywall. Am I making sense? I hope so. So I'm gonna go up the drywall from down here up 42 inches, probably go another half inch up and then come across. And I'm gonna clean all that out. That way I have a nice secure area to put that wall to. I haven't quite figured out how I'm gonna do the other side yet. I've been told, and I've done a lot of research, that if I was just to stick a wall out and not have it braced up to the ceiling, it's going to have the tendency to want to wobble when people lean on it. I've done some research where they say that if I go, say this is the floor height, if I actually try to sink my stud down into the joist and then nail into the joist, it'll keep it from wanting to wobble. I have not decided if that's what I want to do or not. I'd have to cut into either the ceiling down below to do it, or cut into the plywood and do it. And the cost of plywood is even more expensive than white pine. Whew, $70 a sheet. Whew, okay. So, and I just redid the basement like 6 months ago. So, half a dozen, one or the other. How do I want to do it? So, that is one of the things I'm trying to decide, if I actually want to go that route, or do I actually want to run it all the way up to the ceiling and then above the half wall build like open shelving cubicle type things for people to put knickknacks in. It would still leave this space wide open with shelving. A ceiling fan right here. That's probably going to go away. Probably put more of a chandelier there instead of a ceiling fan, because even when this was just a railing, that ceiling fan did nothing for the living room. The living room has no ceiling lights, no ceiling fan. There is nothing in here. All this light's coming from those windows, and this light right here is controlled by a light switch over by the kitchen. I just leave it on all the time, and then just like turn the little button knob on the bottom of that light, and it lights up in the evening. So that's going to change. I'm going to put drop lights in. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that one yet. I do like the LED flush mount, nice and simple. And you can, like most of the ones I've seen, you can have 3 different brightness on them. Like you can have natural light, a bright light, and then like an extreme bright light. I thought about just doing 4 of them, do 1 in each corner. But the way this room is, I'll have this corner and I'll have that corner over there. The other corner is where I'm planning on putting the TV. So do I really want to put one there? And then the one over on this side is going to be right in the hallway, sort of, if I was to go right off of this wall right here and put it in the corner there. And then what would it really be lighting up? So I just do just the back 2 in the corner, and then have a ceiling fan with no light, or a ceiling with light, or a ceiling fan with a light. Plenty of things for you guys to comment on, so leave some comments, let me know. That's gonna be the thing that has to happen soon. Alrighty, I'm gonna get back on time lapse. Alright, as you can see, this is my accent. If you didn't figure that out, I mean, it was kind of obvious. It was in the background on a lot of the shots. So, I followed the instructions on exactly how big to make the hole in the wall. It obviously said, you know, just cut the hole in the drywall. Well, that wouldn't work, right? Because there'd be really nothing. Yeah, it came with drywall anchors to put into the wall, but you really wouldn't be able to secure it too well because it goes into the wall. So these studs would hit. So that didn't work. So I actually had, like, if this was a full wall, I'd end up having to cut these joists out or studs out anyways. So I followed the instructions exactly. It said to put it the bottom of the top of this opening, the bottom of this opening, 19.5 inches, and that's not gonna fly. No. So right now I'm just gonna leave this like this. Let me think about it, and I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do here, because I could come ahead and come in here, sheetrock this, sheetrock in, and sheetrock down. That might be an option. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do there, but I need to have it go all the way down though, like on the back side of this, because even if I painted the wood, it would still it'd be wood, and you would see where I had to recess my screws, because like I said, the instructions said this needed 5.5 inches, and a regular 2x4 is only 3.5 inches, so I had to add 2 inches to bring it out far enough. That way it's not up against the back, right up against the back, or sticking out the back. And the other thing, that when I bought this, I bought it on Amazon, and the instructions said that it could be hardwired or plugged in, and the only thing it came in with was a plug. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna run a plug to where if somebody wants to take this out, the plug's right there and they can unplug it. So I'm about to sit back and think about this one. Also, this comes with logs, but also comes with glass beads. I'll put them in there, run it for a little bit, let you guys look at it, and give me a vote what you guys think looks better, the logs or the glass beads. And yeah, I'm just gonna think about this one and figure out what to do, because I followed the instructions and it looks like crap.